Test one.
Oh.
There we go.
mine's on.
You're on. Oh, there we go.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
We'll start again. Good evening. This is the Planning Commission regular meeting of November 8th, 2022. We'll call the meeting to order at 6 o'clock p.m. Roll call attendance, please.
Commissioner Stevens,
Here.
Commissioner Bedoya, Vice Chair Calindris,
Here.
Chairman Smith.
Here. All right. Item B, public comment period for items not on the agenda. This meeting will be open to the public and conducted in a virtual format to be inclusive of all participation preferences. Public comment participation is encouraged by emailing any comments to the city clerk's office or by calling in using the phone number provided on the front of the agenda. Do you have any public comments, not in the room, but do we have any online at this time?
I have no written comments, and our public comment line is connecting to Zoom at the moment.
So we'll just hang out for a moment then.
Vivian, can you hear us? Do we have any callers on the line? I think she's having some issues connecting to Zoom.
Okay.
It says that she's still connecting.
And now there's a X. There we go.
There we go. Vivian, can you hear us? Do we have any callers on the line?
No callers on the line.
Thank you.
All right. With that, we'll move on to action items. Item C1, approval of minutes. Do we have any comments?
I have no requests to speak. Vivian, no callers for this item either.
No callers.
Any comments from the commission? Do you have a motion?
Move to approve the minutes for October 26, 2022.
I second.
Okay. Vote, please.
Commissioner Stevens,
Yes.
Vice Chair Calindris,
Yes.
Chairman Smith.
Yes. All right. Item number C2, Plan 2022-0874, Sundance Corporate Sign Program Amendment. Staff report, please.
Good evening, Chairman and Planning Commissioners. Carol Kendrick, Planning Staff, presenting this sign program amendment to the Sundance Corporate Sign Program. This request is to revise the maximum sign area for the wall signs for the tenants, and it is also updating the current intensity of the commercial shopping center. So just to give you a little bit of background, back in 2007, this sign program was originally reviewed, and it established a sign criteria for the entire center. That original sign program is included as attachment B to the staff report, and it currently limits all tenant wall signs to a maximum signage area of 3 foot by 10 foot with a envelope panel of 4 foot by 12 foot, and the applicant is requesting to amend that size to expand it for some of the tenants to accommodate a larger sign and be in scale with the existing the existing center. This is an office and retail center with multiple suites, and it does have a focus on medical services. The applicant is requesting modifications to the signs because they do have, at total build-out, they'll have 9 buildings that will be approximately 173,000 square feet, and they have heights that range between 30 and 50 feet. The elevations are included in attachment A as pages 15 through 27, and you can see how the proposed signage will be reflected on the elevations. So next we have provided a table that shows the panel size, max sign area allowed for the site. So there are changes to all of the buildings except for E, A, EB, and F. They're not proposing any changes. However, Building A is proposing signs that range between 45 square feet to 106. Building B has a range of 38 to 40. Building C has a range of 45 to 106 square feet. Building D is 45 to 115 square feet. Buildings E and F, as I mentioned, are not proposing any change, and They have max sign areas for the tenants at 30 square feet or less. Building G, the range is 30 square feet to 153, and Building H, all the sign areas are at 45 square feet. As I mentioned before, the applicant did update the sign program. It reflects the current square footage and proposed square footage for the rest of the site to be built out. It included addresses and updated assessor's parcel numbers. I also want to point out that we did pass out a revised page 9. In your staff report, it did indicate the 3x10 and 4x12 maximum sign areas. And so on the revised page 9 that was provided to you, it just removes that. So then it makes it a little bit more clear as staff is processing future sign panels for this center. The Beaumont Municipal Code does allow sign programs for specific developments as well as sign districts or special sign overlay zones or in specific plans of land uses. It does allow the sign program to establish sign size, height, illumination, spacing, orientation, or other non-communicative aspects of the sign that may not override or modify any basic policies in the municipal code. Staff has reviewed the amended sign program in relation to the size of the project, buildings, and circulation, and has determined that the revisions are in scale with the project as discussed within the staff report. So at this time, staff would recommend that the Planning Commission approve Plan 2022-0874 to amend the Sundance Corporate Sign Program as presented. This concludes my presentation. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Questions for staff? Commissioner Stevens?
A couple questions. How is this advertised, and could you explain that? Like how many feet from the project?
So for sign programs, they do not require a public notice in the newspaper or public notice to the adjacent property owner. So there was no notice consistent with the municipal code.
Great. The reason why I asked, I've seen some, chatter on our HOA Facebook pages about the disturbances from the lighting in this project, which we, went through the process to help mitigate, some of those concerns prior from it going in. So it looks like the majority of this is like on the buildings themselves and not going to exacerbate the issue of lights in the parking lot, from what I can tell. But if you have something.
Correct. The sign program is only proposing amendments to the tenant wall signs, so it will have no impact on the lighting, the ambient lighting or adjacent residents.
Thanks. That's what, from the staff report and the documents, that's what it, just wanted to make sure that.
So there is no lighting on any of these signages?
So they can be internally illuminated. Let's see.
I want to say I seen something that it said something about wiring, lighting.
Yeah, and so internal illumination to be 30 milliamp. So typically we do see that they are internally illuminated.
But even considering that the massing of the project is such that, the three main three-story buildings, the proposed lighting would be on the sides fronting 8th and Highland Springs, not back to the property owners. The ones that are up closer by the intersection would probably be screened by those buildings themselves. So, even if they are internally lit, I don't see where lighting is proposed that would be of impediment to the homeowners.
Correct. So yes, they are internally illuminated, channel letter display through face and halo illumination. So it'll be they'll have no light trespass.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Do we have any requests to speak on this item?
I have no written comments. Vivian, do we have any callers on the line?
No callers on the line.
Okay. Any further discussion? And then if there's a motion.
I'll move to approve, let's see, where is this? Item as presented for plot plan, 202-0874 Sundance Corporate Signage Amendment.
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Stevens,
Yes.
Vice Chair Calindres,
Yes.
Chairman Smith.
Yes. All right, item C3, upcoming vacancies on city commissions and committees. Staff report, please.
Good evening, Commission. This is a formal notice of upcoming vacancies on the Planning Commission as well as the other city committees. So attached to this item in your packet, you'll see a list of the upcoming vacancies, which include 3 seats on the Planning Commission. The applications are now available on the city's website. Applications are due December 8th by 5 p.m., with the interviews and appointments being conducted on December 20th during the city council meeting.
Okay.
And that's all I have. I can answer any questions if you'd like.
So we have planning commission seats, finance and audit committee seats, economic development committee seats, and board of administrative appeal seats that are all available.
Correct.
In case anybody's watching, you might as well state all those. Okay,
Thank you.
okay. Any questions? All right. Any comments from, Deputy City Manager's not here, but any planning comment or planning department updates?
So just to,
When are we knowing, are we switching, I think we said we're switching to Wednesday?
I think that was for consideration.
Right. It has not gone to city council yet for consideration, but we'll let you know as soon as that does.
Okay, thank you.
just a little update on the last city council meeting. So we had a couple of items that went on to city council from planning commission. And that included the Sundance tentative parcel map, as well as the Beaumont Marketplace specific plan amendment and tentative parcel map. Both of those items were approved unanimously by the city council, and we did get our other assistant planner approved at that meeting as well. So hopefully we'll bringing more faces before the planning commission. And then on the November 15th city council meeting, it is a very community development heavy meeting. Christina has been cranking out staff reports. So there's a lot of interesting stuff on there. Just if you want to take a peek, I think she has like 7 or 8 items. So just community development related. So that's all I have.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's a lot of staff reports.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other comments from the commission? Then we will adjourn this meeting at 6:13. Thank you all.